So we feel very comfortable with the result of the work we've been doing in measuring and getting our pattern for the Fibonacci wall using that math system, which is the last two numbers are the next measurement. So we've determined our center is here. We're starting with 5s, 8s, 13s, and 21s. We have one of those, at least one of those in each one of our sections. But we also wanted to use an anchor point in this corner because then we coped our joint and we have part of the continual casing system in here. As a result of that, the measurements just weren't kind of working out. So we did add one additional 3-inch spacer, which is still part of the math system. So that'll be the one difference here. But otherwise, it's that very natural flow, and it's going to work perfect. Right now, it's not the prettiest, but once we get everything up, it sure will be. Okay, so we now have the Fibonacci wall, the feature wall. The best part of this whole project. We saved it till last. And it's, of course, we still have some putty and sanding and priming, but it turned out fantastic. Again, the Fibonacci math system where you start with 3 inches of separation and you add, that was a bad example. So you start with 1.
Start with 1.
Then you add 1.
No.
And then
you start with 1.
Then it's 1, and then it becomes 2 because you've added 1 and 1 together, and then it becomes 3 because you add 2 and 1. And so here's our 3, and now we're going to add 3 and 2 together. Here's our 5. 5 and 3 is 8. 8 and 5 is 13, and so on. So that is the natural flow. It's a very eye-pleasing and soothing display. And again, the continual casing is featured in every room and every hallway, and including with the Fibonacci wall. You can see points where we've got the cope joint over here with this trim around the door, and we coped the joints. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but oh my gosh, it just fit perfectly. Look at how it fit right into this corner. So it's coped here, and then there's a corner here. Down at the bottom, same thing. It fit perfectly into the corner. So this wall with the math system that we use to design it, while Wally put it all together, it was, I don't know, it was just like it was meant to be. It was a work of fate, because when those joints came together, it was not something that we intended or thought would ever be able to figure out and make happen. And notice the carpet, Wally. Would you take a shot of the carpet? And the reason, we've been working in here for 3 weeks. This has been totally covered in plastic, so we really haven't been able to enjoy the meaning behind this particular type of design that the architect chose. But now that we have it open and we can see it, and then you come over here and you flow into the Fibonacci wall, it absolutely, it just totally complements each other. Like I never even imagined it could. I had no idea that it was going to be this great.